All right, and we are back here at the OPP, the Orlando Perspective Podcast. First and foremost, I would like to thank my Lord Jesus Christ and Savior for this opportunity. All power, honor, and glory belongs to Him. Without Him, none of this would be possible. With that being said, mi gente, que lo que hay? My people, what it is. In today's episode, we're going to be interviewing some young men. This is the youngest set of men that I've interviewed. It's age. They'll introduce themselves in a minute. We're going to get their perspective on finding a soulmate, and kind of figure out why, in the mentality of young men, with all the young men I interviewed, a lot of them just tell me that a marriage is just a bad. It's not convenient. You know, it's a bad investment. They have a lot to lose, so they're very cautious about, trusting the opposite sex, I guess you can call it. So with that being said, they will introduce themselves.
All right. Hello, my name's Nicholas. I'm 22. I'm currently studying bilingual education. It's because I run 3 companies that we teach kids how to read in Spanish. So I'm building all that out.
So what do you like to do for fun?
For fun, especially with these guys, because these are lifelong friends. Anything sports related, whether it's playing basketball together, playing on the game together, watching sports betting now that is legal, all that kind of stuff.
And then age?
22.
And what else? Oh, are you in a relationship?
No, I'm single right now. Balancing those things that you're talking about, I'm sure we're going to get into. What relationship means nowadays and how it's different back then. So, yeah, I'm single right now.
Okay.
My name's Manny. I'm 21. Right now I work at a school and I do IT stuff. I'm single right now, and on my free time I like to hang out with these guys and just play video games.
Hello, my name is Anthony. I'm 21 years old. I am a truck driver, and I have a girlfriend of 2 years. And in my free time I usually like to spend it with these guys or my girlfriend, or sometimes even with my parents.
I'm Sebastian. I'm 21. The main thing in my life is I'm trying to finish school right now. It's my last year. And I'm single currently, and in my free time, similar to them, I like to work out and then chill with them, when we have the opportunity, and with family as well.
Cool. All right, so before I start asking you guys direct questions, hypothetically, saying if you guys... So if you were to let your parents choose the woman for you, what would be the qualifications from your mom? What would your mom want for your wife to look like and to be?
All right. There's a lot of ways. So Latina is the general that you would say, but there's a lot of intricacies that go into it because it's more of the family orientedness, that they feel that they've been raised in that kind of household where they've seen what type of relationship they want to have. So I think that's what it comes to at the end of the day. Not saying that other cultures aren't family oriented, don't have that same type of connection, but there's way more overlap, you get along way better with the person when they're of similar background. So I think my parents would definitely choose a Latino woman for me.
Okay.
I think my mom would just want anybody that would make me happy and is family oriented. I think those are probably the 2 most important things, and those are the 2 things that I would think that is easy for her to be okay, if I see my son with this person forever and he's happy and she takes care of what they got going on, then I think that's what she would pick.
See, so the reason why I asked this question is because, your mom or even your sister, they want the best for you without expecting anything back. See, now, if you go out there and try to find a woman, they're not always going to be looking out for your best interest. Sometimes they're going to be looking out for their best interest, you know? So that's why I'm asking. So give some characteristics that your mom, you know, your mom would, she's, you know, if she would say she has to know how to cook, clean, like those type of things. Does the woman your mom want for you, should she do all these things?
Yeah, for my mom, she would definitely want somebody that would make me happy and take care of me, and also at the same time, you know, be somebody that I can fully trust in, and not only that, but also be a great mom at the same time.
Okay.
For me, I think my mom, she hasn't like told me specifically like direct characteristics, but off the way she is, I would think she would want her to be similar to what they were saying, like a caregiver, loving, like supportive in what I'm trying to do. Obviously cook, probably be a religious and believer in like Jesus and all that, because that's how I am. What else? That's pretty good for now.
Sure, yeah, yes.
Do you guys feel like nowadays you guys are gonna be realistically able to find that, like all the things that your mom would like look for?
Would I be able to find it?
Yeah, you think it's attainable?
Everything that I want, or like what he was saying?
What you guys want in general?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
for sure. Yeah, I think so. I don't think it's
You
like
think so, Sophie?
I don't think it's like a lost hope in this day and age. It is certainly harder than it was back then, but it's not forever gone. It's not extinct or rare.
I say that because maybe like our parents might, you know, be looking at what relationships were like in their like time, but now it's like a completely different game. So I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to find all the ideals that our parents would like, but that's what they are, ideals.
I think a lot of the time, like, you receive the energy that like you put out there. So if you're like looking for those qualities in a woman, and like you're very open about that and direct with them, then like oftentimes you'll probably encounter someone who's similar to you. Maybe it won't meet all the like the traits you're looking for, or like your mom was looking for, but I think you can find something definitely pretty similar.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be like a 1-to-1 match 100%, but I think you can get close enough.
Okay, good. So now, knowing that, you know, I wanted to hear, what are your characteristics? What are you looking for, each one of you, in your, I mean, try to be specific in your woman, you know what I'm saying? If you need her to be submissive, just what characteristics do you think a high value woman is? Because I'm pretty sure the woman you choose for yourselves will be high value. So can you break that down for me real quick? Go ahead. You can start.
For me, it's pretty simple. Like, a lot of people might not say the same, but ideally I would want my woman to, first of all, I would want her to listen to me, like, to take my view into account, because I feel like as a male that, like, I have a job. It's since like I come from like a family tradition and all that, I feel like as the male of the relationship, I have like requirements or just things that I have to do. And so for the woman, I would expect them to be a certain way. So for example, obviously she would need to cook. If we have children, she would need to be caregiving, and be nurturing, so they can grow up in a good environment. Like,
How about loyalty?
yeah, loyalty for sure. It's a good one. What else would I say?
You don't think that's standard these days, loyalty?
Yeah, but I feel like nowadays you don't find loyalty in a lot of people.
So you don't think it's normal now, loyalty?
No, loyalty isn't normal.
No?
No.
But is that something you even talk about to your woman about, like loyalty?
And the reason I answer, I say that because in a minute I have specific questions about loyalty, and we'll go into specific situations about loyalty. But I'm just trying to find out your perspective. Like me, you know, my woman better be loyal to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She got to be submissive, loyal. You know, and I'm old fashioned. I ain't gonna take no shit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, this is how it is. And if you don't like it, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I can't help you. What you gonna do about
But
it?
don't you think that comes from like us as men seeing ourselves as like the providers? So we're like, and obviously in a relationship we all fit into our roles. Like everyone gets their own thing, but at least for us, because we seem to fit more in the traditional mold, that we want that respect because we are providing something. And at the end of the day, we're all in a relationship, should be bringing something to the table, you know? And what we're bringing is providing for the family.
So what are your characteristics? Have you said in yours?
I haven't said
Go ahead, say yours.
I think for my characteristics would be, firstly, a mom. I think so, if we would have kids. To take care of the kids first. Obviously, that's the main goal. I would put myself last and then the kids. But, I mean, that would be another one. It would just be as trustworthy. Somebody I could go to and I know that they would have my back. And, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Some characteristics that I look for. I'd say number one is motherly. They take care of their family, themselves, kids if we have kids. I don't know. Loyalty, obviously, because you don't want to be with somebody for the rest of your life if they're gonna treat you like garbage. So you need loyalty for sure. I say those are like the two main ones.
Okay.
I agree with everything the boys have said. I like women that, like nowadays we've coined the term like girl boss and whatever, but I do like more independent women who, because I like competitiveness, and a woman like that that is more so like a partner that you build stuff with, that you can create something with, and that fits into me personally, because I would also like to have a hand in raising the kids, you know, and molding my children. I feel like that's one of the most fascinating parts about life, is being able to, you know, have children and everything and that whole part. But that's a different thing, sacrificing a little bit of that to be able to raise the children. So all relationships are balanced.
Let me just add, I also, like, I don't 100% agree with the competitive thing that Nick was saying, but as far as like, I would also want a woman who's able to listen to me when I have like ideas, so we can bounce them off each other. I know that's like important when you're parenting and stuff, but like say that she's at home with the kids and I come home from like work.
But do you want her to be opinionated or no?
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I just want her to listen to my ideas and then give me her feedback. You know what I'm saying?
Just
and then
communication.
Communication. Okay. Anything else? All right. So it sounds to me like you guys are pretty much looking for a traditional woman, not so much a modern one. You know, saying Nick said kind of a little bit of modern, but he still has some tradition in his picking and choosing. So what about a modern woman is kind of a turnoff? What about a modern woman is a turnoff to individuals your age frame and when they're looking for someone in the future? What do you think that kind of clashes with your ideas in modern with a modern woman?
I'd definitely say attitude towards life. You know, I feel like it's not so much of a competition, but you know, it's so much of you guys putting yourself at the same level, and not so much of because I'm a man, I'm better than you. Oh, because I'm a woman, I'm better than you. It's just, you know, keep it at the same level.
See, so I feel like modern women, you know, saying they're like they just expected to receive whatever they want. You know, it's like they don't have to work for it. They you know, back in the day, you had to work into the relationship, and they kind of knew what the woman had to do and what the man had to do. But now that whole line is like a gray area now. There is no such thing as this and that, you know. So what I'm saying is kind of like yeah. So
I think the reason that happens nowadays is that we're both delusional on both sides, like men and women, and nowadays we've got it all like messed up with things like Tinder and social media and like pornography. Like there's for women, it's the thing where they, I guess, take it for granted or expect everything because they have 400 guys liking them on Tinder. So it's like that expectation. And then for men, you know, it's the same thing because no one wants to put like the time, energy, attention, and money. And when you have things like Tinder or that make it easier to have these things accessible, you're not going to take the time to be into a nurturing, loving relationship.
So do you think that, like, since you brought up, you know, saying Tinder and those type of dating apps and stuff, do you think that's helped out the situation, or do you think that's hurt the situation?
It's a huge hindrance. Like we're as a generation gonna have to go through the whole thing of, oh my gosh, why is no one getting married? You know, like nowadays people are having less sex, people are getting married less, and I feel like it's gonna come to a point where it's all gonna spike. And we're going to say, why? Because we're all on social media, because we're all on these sorts of things. Like, I think if we like reflect on it, we don't really want relationships. Like a lot of the jobs that we do, we don't want the jobs. We want the money that comes with it at the end. And I feel like now it's gotten to a point where it's easier, quicker, more efficient to just go on Tinder, just do that stuff, that relationships aren't as prominent.
I was gonna say, similar to what Nick was saying, I feel like all that, the social media aspects, and like it's built a culture now that makes women like look up to modern women. You know what I'm saying? Like they see a woman, like an idea of a woman that she needs to be like very independent, like have her own job, making a lot of money, and you know, like maybe have a lot of men, for example. Maybe she's been with a lot of men and has a lot of experience, and I think that to me that sounds like they're describing like a man kind of. So I think something that is kind of for me that turns me off to modern women is like
masculinity.
Yeah, I'm going against another man almost, and if I'm in a relationship with a modern woman, we're clashing so much. I feel like it's just like a woman version of me. So that kind of turns me off to them in that aspect. But it's been built by what Nick was saying, the culture, this Tinder, like these easy accesses to stuff like pornography, and how you can get, how a lot of women can just make so much money just by, you know, exposing themselves. Yeah, exactly.
See, so what I'm saying is, so like since you're saying it's hurting situation, so do you think that's part of the reason why like it's more difficult for a man to find a woman? You know, because that problem is only like here in the States and in a Western civilization, probably Europe, but most of the world doesn't have this issue, you know? So do you think that that because we're in the middle of this crisis of who knows who wants what, everybody's entitled, the women are just entitled, they're expecting, I mean, I've been interviewing quite a few females, you know, women, and some of the requirements are like, you know, hey, they want a man making $800,000 a year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, and these are young women. You know, and so when I told them, well, you do know if that's one of your requirements, you're really talking about a 40-year-old man. Because no 22-year-old man, you know, saying your age is making $800,000 unless he came from money and invested his own money. And if you have money, you can make money. But if you're working your way up, see, when you talk to these girls, they just feel like, you know, you should already have it. So this is why I'm saying that.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like it's so easy to get that amount of money at this age, even though it's kind of not, because, you know, I mean, you can start on OnlyFans, you can start making money.
For women.
I mean, for guys too. I mean,
yeah, for both of us.
But I kind of feel if you're a guy and you have OnlyFans, the only reason like porn and all that stuff is huge is because of the men. They're the ones paying the money. You don't really see, you know, a man making the type of money a woman's making, you know what I'm saying? Because women aren't trying to spend money on that. Women are going to spend money on that.
But those women are substituting like relationships for having like an OnlyFans career. And those women are running into different kinds of problems that once you're on OnlyFans, like you have trouble finding a man that's going to want to be with you. So it generates a whole different list of problems. But what we were saying earlier about the women, like, oh, $700K, I completely agree. Like, it's delusional. But I feel as a man, we also have the same exact delusions when we're that age, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make $250K this year. Oh yeah, I'm gonna buy myself that Audi. Like, we have those same delusions of what we're gonna make.
But you have to work towards what you're talking about.
Yes.
They're expecting it for free.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the delusional part. The delusional part is not that they want. Everybody wants, but they, saying you should work with what you need instead of what you want. So it's a difference. Men and women are different. And their wants and needs are way different. And just put it this way, it's gotten so bad that. All you hear about is guys, passport bros. They can't find a female here anymore because they can't meet their standards. They don't even want to try to meet their standards. They rather be single, and just not see nobody, don't waste no money, don't waste no time. They rather just go to a different country, the Philippines, Dominican Republic, South America. Saying they go over there. And when they go over there, what kind of girl do you think they're looking for? They ain't looking for the girls that are here. They're looking for that traditional woman, the one we're talking about. They don't want these women that are boss babes. What I'm talking about? They're trying to run the show. What I'm talking about? This is why they're leaving. This is why they're leaving to other places to pick up females somewhere else. What is your point of view on that?
That is our country. That is our country that makes the women feel like that. Because, again, the men go through the same thing, like the capitalistic type mindset of always having to grind, always having to make money. Like that, the women go through that the same way. That Western type mentality of, nowadays with minimum wage, you're not living a comfortable life. Ends aren't being met.
So all those men, there's no females approaching all those men. You gotta remember that. So, but you know what? A woman could work in McDonald's as long as she's beautiful. She could get a millionaire, a billionaire coming in. Hey, what's up, mommy? It was good. You're looking good to me. You know what I'm talking about? You see how men and women are different. You know what I'm saying? Some things don't matter to us that are important to them. Same vice versa. You know what I'm talking about? Anything else you guys gotta say?
Amen.
Yeah, I do say.
That's why you see those white dudes with little Chinese wives.
No, it's you know what? Tell you the truth, it's everything nowadays. It's brothers are Puerto Ricans. I'm talking about. Hey, the thing is, like I said, what I'm getting out of all these interviews is just a bad investment. It's a bad investment because you know what? You could be the best man that you can possibly be, but just because you're not meeting her standards and she's not happy, but now you got kids. Saying she's not happy, she just ends up and leaves, takes half your stuff. Takes your house. So a lot of the men are like, you know what? Are they gonna take that chance to stay with someone from here? You know what I'm talking about, or go somewhere where a woman is it's to put their men at and know their place. You know what I'm talking about?
So do you still would you believe in a prenup now in the modern days?
I believe in a prenup, and it can go both ways. Even if the women make more money, saying, hey, prenups, that's the thing that you can use nowadays. But talking about a lot of people are intimidated to even bring that up. Saying because if you bring it up to a partner, they'll be like, oh, you don't love me. So.
And nowadays relationships are so fragile. Like now, any sign of problems, people are getting divorced. I feel like that's something that even 20 years ago we stuck through relationships more. And it's a fine line because you don't want to stay in a toxic relationship where you're being abused and everything. But I feel like nowadays we're so ready for that immediate gratification that if something's not going wrong, like where's that new toy? Where's that like new thing? Where's that like next shiny object that we're so ready to get up and move on? So
do you believe like most relationships fail because of people being scared of failure? Or
I feel that both sides aren't willing to put the effort in nowadays.
Who do you think ends most of relationships?
Oh, women, for sure. Women.
And why do you think that?
Women.
I mean, because it's...
As soon as they're unhappy,
if they don't like anything, like one little thing, or maybe not one little thing, but a series of problems, and they don't want to put anything into it.
But see, the thing is, yes, okay, the women's they're the ones that end the relationship, but the really problem is the other men, the simps are out there. Oh, I'll give you whatever you want. I'll do whatever you want. I'll kiss your ass. I'll do whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, why not come over here and deal with this guy? Give me whatever I want. Instead of fighting with my man or trying to grow something. The thing is, if you get something for free, you don't respect it. it's when you work towards it, then when you get to a certain point, you respect it and you like, you know what, I worked here. You kind of like, you know, embrace it more because you worked at it. You know, what I'm talking about, you didn't actually just get it. You know, what I'm talking about, wants and needs again. Anything else to add?
That we've seen that all the time. Like when maybe he's not the most attractive dude, he doesn't have a lot going for him, but if he's willing to put his like paycheck that he gets at Target all towards this woman, that woman is like, she's getting her needs met in some sort of way, so she'll stay with him.
But what if a man comes that has say a doctor comes, you're in love with this chick, you've been taking care of this chick for years now.
She has a new toy. She's gonna move on.
She's gonna move on. That's what, and this is what I'm trying to say. A lot of guys feel like it's just a bad investment. And also, so you guys are saying that you guys say loyalty is very important for you guys in the relationship. Obviously, communication, loyalty, submissiveness, which you guys kind of mentioned. Okay, so how do you feel? What do you feel if? How do you feel about your girlfriend going out on social media and showing herself to the public? Do you think that's loyalty?
Let me just start with the hot take, but I want them to answer it first.
It's respected.
Yeah, I wouldn't like them to have social media at all. For my girlfriend, I don't want her to have social media.
Are we talking about social media?
Yeah, like how do you feel about them? How do you feel about if your girlfriend's putting themselves out in the public view
Like body wise, or just like, you know, like
Yeah, you know what they do.
Yeah, body-wise,
yeah, obviously I would, you know, that would bother me very much, and that would be like probably the biggest turnoff.
What if you told you the only reason you're like that is because you're insecure?
Nah,
No?
I'm just simply no.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't want anybody to
I don't
know.
know. Just,
So you agree that you don't want your girl to have social media?
No, she can have social media. I don't really care, but if she's like posting herself like crazy and you bring it up, you have to bring it up first. You have to have that communication. You gotta tell her that you don't like it, and if she continues, you know, there's no respect there. So then, yeah, obviously,
Exactly.
you make the choice then.
Okay. Yeah. Anything else to add, Nick?
It's all about respect, you know. If she respects you, she probably wouldn't do that, you know. If you guys are in a relationship together, and there's probably some other things, you know, like some attention that she's wanting and she's not getting, you know. But
Okay. All right. So back to loyalty. So do you think what do you feel about your woman having friends in a friend zone, or your woman having male friends? Would you accept that?
I don't like that either.
male friends, like just casual.
Well, why don't you like that one? Again, you're insecure.
Because most of the time, those are just like the dudes that are like waiting for you to like mess up,
It's like a rebound.
and then yeah.
Because as a man, you know what it's like on the other side, you know?
I mean, she's gotta have friends. But
Male
there's,
friends or female friends?
I mean both.
Okay.
I have female friends. She has male friends. It's gotta go both ways. I think that's just respect. Bottom line, that's just gonna be like rule one.
Right, but you know what? If the fact of the matter is, when a man is in the friend zone, if the woman hangs out with him, the man's still acting like the boyfriend. He's taking care of the bill usually, or he's still giving the dominant, you know what I'm saying, energy, you know what I'm talking about. So when it comes to like a guy, us, like, why would we really want a female friend? You know what I'm saying? Unless we have other intentions, you know what I'm talking about? Because if you have an intention, okay, I'll keep you around. This don't work, you next. You know, but
So you don't think that men and women can have platonic relationships?
so I know I think they can. They can, but to me personally, it's like, what, you know, saying, what advice can, like, if I ask a female for advice, you know, saying, you know, when a female gives advice, they put themselves in a situation and they advise you.
Yeah.
You know, because they get emotionally into the conversation, and they're all off emotions. Males, we actually sit back and think, you know, and we don't use our emotions. We actually use, you know, our minds, our logic to get to certain areas. You know what I'm talking about? So again, what friend zone? Good? No good.
So now I have a question. Would
Yes.
you put your wife or girlfriend through a social experiment? You know, like setting up for like a trap?
I wouldn't do that to my wife, you know what I'm saying? No, I would not set her up. Because firstly, you know what I'm saying, for her to become my wife, she's
That's
got
out of
to,
pocket.
yeah.
Well,
she
I'm
has-
saying if trust is a big issue, you know, would you want to make sure right now she's not cheating on you with another guy that maybe you think you're cheating on? Or
I think the answer is like, do we want her to have friends that are men? No. Is it insecurity? Yes. I think that's the final answer. And if you do like stuff like that, that's super insecurity. But
I agree, but like, and there's some guys that, you know, like, I'd rather find out right now than have all this money, time, energy, you know, emotion being wasted like for years. Like, just imagine you're in a 5-year relationship and then you find out.
I agree with that, but it comes from a place of insecurity.
Yeah, I agree with that because I feel like me, I wouldn't want her to have a male friend. But it's because there is insecurity there. Maybe when I was thinking about it at first, when he asked it didn't
Why,
seem so.
but why do you consider insecurity? That's just, as a man, you got to protect.
Yeah, but
Protect
But that's the exact thing, because
You're
you don't feel that
you always
she's
have-
secure. Like if she has a man with dominant alpha energy around her, and you don't want that, why is that? Because you feel that your relationship isn't secure with that dominant alpha man around her. And
yeah, because even if, like, for example, if you're the dominant alpha man and she's your wife and she has a male friend, you would think that everything would be fine, you know, because she's gonna respect you and everything. But there's always like that little thought. This is for like everything in general. There's that little thought. Oh, maybe this could happen. You know, maybe this could happen. And I like, it's kind of insecure, but like, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I just don't want her to have male friends, and that's what I'm gonna tell her.
Okay, so let's put it this way. Okay, you guys got parents. Does your mom have male friends?
I was gonna ask that.
Does your mom have male friends where where it's okay for, hey, the husband says, go ahead, go hang out? Do they have any male friends
Well,
like that?
I mean,
No.
considering
because-
no, obviously, but considering their age, you know, it's not so. You
No,
know.
but see, they're in relationships. If they've been through it, that's what works.
for me, at least my family, yes, both of them have multiple friends of opposite genders, and they're both being like professionals, but it's that's what it is. It's like networking connections, and there's a time and a place, you know, like these people aren't going on Friday to dinner at 7 p.m. It's like, if there is a meeting, it's like, okay, how can we work together and, you know, fund this
So it's business
project? Yeah, it's and I feel like you can call those friends as well, but it's not. You're not going out with them. You're not going to the club with them. You're not
That's,
dancing.
you know, a friend is a person, you know, saying that you feel comfortable with, comfy. You do know if you can get a female comfortable around you, it's over. It's over. It's all about comfort level. You know that. You know what I'm talking about. So, as a man, my woman, I you know, it's not about being insecure. It's just, you know what? Hey, I know how it works. I know men. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, one day, you know, we could have a couple too many drinks, all of a sudden, what's up? You know? And then the next day you're gonna be like, what? So to me as a man, so it's not insecurities. I'm trying to avoid. I'm protecting what's mine. You know what I'm talking about? It's mine. It's my woman. I gotta protect her. That's how I feel.
Isn't that insecure though? Couldn't you say that?
I think we're just calling it a different thing.
Yeah, I think it's just like a loophole that we have here, you know?
It's just semantics.
Yeah.
Okay.
She like that. She's laughing about that.
All right. So for the next question, so when you're choosing your woman, is it a requirement for your woman to have a career, to be making money, to bring, or what do you think your woman should bring to the table? If you're willing to give her everything, you know, Tom, you're willing to hey, if you have kids, you can stay home with the kids. Don't worry about it. I got this. So you know what I'm saying, you're putting it all out there. What do you think?
I think it doesn't matter. Like as long as we're all in it 100%. Like if what you're gonna do, you know, if we're getting married, I'm gonna take care of the kids, I'm gonna make sure the house is taken care of, I'm gonna do that. But if we talk beforehand, like, all right, we're both gonna work towards this goal, we're both gonna you know, grow in our careers to be able to do this in the future. I think it's a case by case basis, you know.
So you do know that the more the woman makes, her head it gets a little bigger. You know, so I'm not.
Yeah, but that's on the man to be able to handle that. You know.
She's but the fact of the matter is a lot of men can't. You know what I'm talking about? And if the woman's making more money, the woman making more money, it just feels like, hey, she should have more say or whatnot, what I'm talking about. So it's like, the thing is, bottom line is this, I get it. I get the respect factor. See, so I'll give you guys a little. So I'm gonna quote my cousin Speedy. What I'm talking about, passed away. Rest in peace, my cousin Speedy. So saying when I was about 18 years old, 19 years old, my family my grandparents had 16 children. So my dad was one of the younger ones, and my cousin Speedy was son of one of the older brothers. So he was basically like 25 years older than me. So he was the same age as my dad. He was the same age, him and my dad, what I'm talking about. And one day I'm telling him, I'm talking about this conversation. I'm like, hey, Primo, you've been through life, what I'm saying? How is this going to work? Because the way things were looking when I was 18 and now it's like it's getting worse, how, saying, and then he told me straight up, and I kind of believe this, saying, because it's all about respect. They both need to feel respected. Mm-hmm. The woman needs to get respected, the man needs to feel respected, but the respect is kind of different between the man and the woman. But the way he put it to me was like this. This is because he did quite a, he messed up a couple of times, talking about a couple of relationships. So his experience taught him that the way that he would run his household was when we're inside the house, he allowed her to be the boss. Why? Because if he's not working, he chose the specific woman, so she should be able to handle the stuff at home. If the kid needs to go to the doctor, take him. Don't call me and ask me, can I take him to the doctor? So inside the house, hey, she's pretty much running the house, cleaning it. She knows what needs to be done. As a man, he was willing to accept that from her, gave her that respect, and helped her out in what she needed. But as soon as they left the house, flipped. Now, I got, now you gotta listen to me. Because we're outside the house. Inside the house, you can run the house. Outside the house, why is that? Again, I have a lot of experience. If I tell you, hey, I don't want you doing this, there's probably a reason why, you're saying it. Communicate the reason, Now, if she sits there and I don't care about your reason and still does it, that's an issue.
I completely agree. And he's touching on something you talked about before about I'll listen to my girl's feedback, but at the end of the day, if we're out in Chicago in the middle of the night and something happens and I'm like, all right, get in the car, we're out of here. And you're just starting, oh, but why, we're fine. That's a no-go. That's a problem because like you're saying, if we're out of the house and danger arises, you got to listen to me when situations like that happen. But yeah, I think it's up to the relationship to decide the dynamics between each other.
Okay. Anything else, guys?
Listen, man.
Okay, so now it's gonna get a little tough here, y'all. Hey, just answer the best of your ability. We're gonna get to the gritty. Here we go. You know what I'm saying? So, do you guys? Is purity important for when you choose your woman?
There you go.
Is it important? A little bit, but it doesn't mean everything. It's pretty hard nowadays to find someone that's completely pure. So it's just down to your judgment, I think.
So when I say purity, let's keep it real. You know what I'm saying? You want a virgin, like you said.
Yeah.
Nowadays, when people get married, only 5% of women are virgins. You're not gonna find them. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna find, and if you do, you better keep her and treat her correctly. You know what I'm talking about? Because that's yours. Nobody else has touched. This is you. You know what I'm talking about? But so basically, what I'm saying is, okay. So it is important. You guys are saying, right?
It's a factor.
It's a factor. It's a factor. Yeah, because I don't think.
Yeah, it's important.
Yeah, because I've never heard somebody say, "Hey, I want a chick that has a body count of 50. That's my chick because she knows what she's doing." I ain't never heard of that. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather have a chick. So if I can't get pure, I want to get the closest thing to pure. You know what I'm talking about? So if she's 27 years old and been with 2 guys, hey, that's not what I want because I want the virgin. But what I need is you. because you're the closest thing that I can get to what I want. You know what I'm saying? So okay, so then if it is important, where would you put the limit at? Like if you knew your chick was been around the block, you know what I'm saying? Or if she hasn't, there has to be a number, a magic number that you would want you would want your chick to be under. I mean, obviously, you know, hey, it's not always gonna work, but ideally, give me a number of what you think when if a female is out of what you want.
I'd say max 5 for me. Max 5.
5.
I'll say at our age, 21, 22, I would say 2. Depends on the age. If we're like 28, maybe like 5. Oh, I only say 1, 2 at our age because I'm thinking about it. I'm saying like if we're 21, maybe she slipped up in high school one time and slipped up in college. That's okay. 2, no more than that.
I want to hear Nick's answer first.
I feel that, less than a handful. Like it's something you factor in. Like less than 4, 5. But like you're not gonna let a great woman walk away because she has 6 bodies and then go with a random bozo because she has 0. You know what I'm saying? Like there's.
But you know that one with 6 bodies, you gotta deal with all the shit that those guys do.
Why?
Huh? Because they bring it to you.
Or what shit?
They bring it. Their baggage.
What baggage are you dealing with from the other guys?
Trust issues.
Trust you. You're doing something.
But that's
you're not
different. That's
trusting.
like for body count. Like that's not related to body count though. Like she could be in relationships and not have sex in them and still be messed up with trust issues.
It kind of is because if you have the higher body count you have, the more free you're out there, the more you know what I'm saying, the more loosely you are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it does come down to that, you know what I'm talking about? So you like, okay, put it this way. If your mom can choose how many dudes your girl has, how much do you think she'll think? And this is your mom and your sister choosing. You know what I'm talking about? And this is a person that doesn't want nothing out of you. You know what I'm talking about? So now let's just get down to the nitty gritty. There has to be a number where your parents be like, oh.
Okay, see, I like that question. Like, what number would I say where they'd be like, ooh?
Yes.
If I said, over 5, they'd be like, are you sure? Like, over 5.
And why do you think they'd be saying that to you?
Don't lie about it.
And I agree with you guys. Like, I wouldn't want,
But why do you think your mom would tell you that? Because she's saying the same thing I'm saying. As a parent, we're looking out for our children, you know what I'm saying? She knows the more... Your mom's a woman. She knows. She knows what a woman's going to bring to you. You know what I'm talking about? So she wants the best for you. You know, obviously, you got to make your own choice, you know what I'm saying? And she's going to respect your choice. But when she gives you her advice, you know what I'm saying, she looks going to want purity. Why? Because, you know what I'm saying, you can control yourself. You have self-control. You know, you're not out there, you know what I'm saying, out there doing your thing, you know what I'm saying? You're trying to, you know what I'm saying, create a good life. You know, because to society, life is supposed to be easy. To society, this is how we're taught. This is how we're supposed to be since we're born. Life is easy. If you do everything correctly, you go to school, finish school, you graduate college, you get married, you have a family, you grow the family, you get old, you retire. Life should be easy if you would follow that, you know, those steps. But life is not easy. You only don't follow those steps. But your parents want that type of relationship for each one and every one of you guys.
So,
I would assume.
So now I sort of have a question for everybody. So, as a father, now what would you tell your daughter to look forward in a man?
Me?
Yeah. Or just everybody, you know. Like,
Okay, well they don't have kids, but I do have a daughter, you know what I'm talking about. So I tell my daughter, look at here, mama, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be the prize. This is why you can't. This is why I tell my daughter, hey, you have to keep it cool because you want to be the prize. Because if you're the prize, a man will do whatever for you. You know what I'm saying? If a man, you know what I'm saying, and if a man knows that you have, see, a man, they look at a woman's past. That's what's important to a man. What have you done? What have you been doing for the last 25 years? You know what I'm saying? They're not really worried. They're not even worried about, hey, what are we gonna look like 25 years from now? No. They're worried. Hey, now the females, they don't care if you've been around the block. No. As long as you change your ways and they're looking for the future. Looking towards the future. You know what I'm saying? So it's a big difference when it comes to men and women when it comes to this conversation.
I disagree with that.
Yeah.
I don't care. Like, you take into consideration like the woman's past, but I think it's way more important like what you guys are gonna do together in the future, rather than.
So if she's been with 50 guys, you don't care?
Yes, you do care, but that's an extreme circumstance, and most of these. But like the women you're talking to, like they're probably not gonna have 50 bodies, you know. In the places where you're looking for these women, and you know, like you're not gonna go to like pick up a woman at a bar that you're trying to like marry forever, you know. I think it's very important, like.
There's difference. So there is women that you consider, okay, this is wifey material, or you're just, I'm a hit material. You see, you know, hey, like that chick. Like that chick with the 50 body count. She could look good as hell. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be like, yeah, I'll hit it. But as soon as I'm done, I'm gonna get them and say, all right, peace. You know, there's, you know, I'm going into the situation knowing that I'm just gonna hit and leave. You know, but you know, you get a prize. Mm-hmm. No, they're not out there.
But that's what I'm saying. Like the prizes aren't where the hoes are at. So like you're not gonna find a prize like when with other women that have 50 bodies, you know, like the prize isn't gonna be there.
The fact of the matter is you can't tell the difference between a hoe and a prize anymore. They both dress the same. How do you know what's what?
I agree with that.
And they can lie. And the same thing, any place. A hoe gonna come to the church and pretend like she's good, and pray, sit there and pray for hours. But as soon as she leaves, she's banging the heck out of everybody. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so it's you have to be able to read the people, you know what I'm saying? And you have to have a set of standards to base yourself off. You know what I'm saying? To stay to your standards, because you stay to your standards, you're gonna get more of what you want. Now, if you have a set of standards, but you're accepting of everything, oh, it's okay for her to do whatever, then you know you're basically gonna be, you know, be taken advantage of. You know, you're gonna lose out in the relationship. So that's the way. So again, so for my daughter, I told her, be the prize. You be the prize. The guy will come and do what you have to do. You know what I'm talking about? I would like a man to see to you know what I'm saying, to have a future built, you know what I'm talking about? Basically, you know what I'm saying, he went to school, he started a job, just because he's not making 800 grand, you know, that's what you want, you know what I'm saying? But if he's making 75 grand and he's a hard worker and you guys and you guys get together and build it up, and then maybe you never get to the 800, but you get to 300 grand, okay, you didn't get what you want, but you got what you need. You know what I'm saying? You got what you need, because now you can do everything that you wanted to do when you thought you were going to get the 800 grand, because you can do more things, and you're going to respect that. You know what I'm talking about? That's just my opinion. That's just, as a dad, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, you know what? Hey, and the thing is, you know, like as men, you know what I'm saying, we would have to okay stuff or not. Okay? So, all right. Okay. So anything else you guys want to add?
Final thoughts. You said something so true, that the women that we're looking for are standing too close to the women that we're not looking for, and we can't tell nowadays.
Okay. All right. So we were gonna play a game today. You know what I'm talking about? And basically the game was I have a study here of women. They came up with a study of what women in the 1950s, when the divorce rate was less than, I think, 15%, what they did to keep a man. So I'm talking about, and what they, you know what I'm saying, and they're advising other women on how to keep a man. And so I was gonna have each one of you guys read like a little paragraph and agree or not agree with it. But
when did
you know
it
what?
come out? When did it come out?
It's right here. So this came out, and so we'll do a couple. We'll do one for each, right? So what you gotta do here is you're gonna read this. You're gonna read your paragraph. And then you're gonna say, do you agree with the paragraph, or if you don't agree with the paragraph, or if you could change something about it, you know, what would you change?
The first one is have dinner ready. Plan ahead, even the night before, to have a delicious meal on time. I agree with that.
Continue to
I agree with that. This is 1950. That's why I wasn't sure if. Okay, this is a way of letting him know that you have been thinking about him and are concerned about his needs. Most men are hungry when they come home, and the prospects of a good meal are part of the warm welcome needed.
You agree with that?
I agree with that.
Nice and thoughtful. I like that. All right. Prepare yourself. Okay. Take 15 minutes to rest so you will be refreshed when he arrives. Touch up your makeup, put a ribbon in your hair, and be fresh looking. He has just been with a lot of work-weary people. Be a little gay and a little more interesting. His boring day may need a lift. Maybe sometimes, but I don't think that's necessary every single day.
Yeah, I think you gotta put on.
Well, but see, that's what worked.
It worked for sure.
The way of thinking, nah, you don't have to every day. And see,
But like, she just a Barbie. Like, she just a Barbie.
Uh-huh. All right, so go ahead, Anthony.
Yeah, some don'ts. Don't greet him with problems. Some don'ts. Don't greet him with problems or complaints. Don't complain if he's late for dinner. Count this as a minor compared with what he might have gone through the day. I agree with that.
Wait, what was it?
So basically, like, don't complain. Don't come up to him like yelling, whining about problems, knowing that, you know, you don't know what he's been through. Basically.
So in the Bible says, you know what, a female like that, I'd rather deal with a leaky roof than deal with a woman like that.
Yeah, I agree.
That's what the Bible says in Proverbs
I wouldn't
27.
want, having my boss yell at me and then coming home to my wife yell at me. That would make me really miserable. I wouldn't want that.
Hey, but if she's yelling at you for your fault, then
Well, I mean,
that is your fault.
like if I did do something wrong, tell me in the morning, not right now. I'm tired. Like, I just want to lay down, eat, and shower.
Okay, good.
Make him comfortable. Have him lean back in a comfortable chair or suggest that he lie down in the bedroom. Have a cool or warm drink ready for him. Arrange his pillow and offer to take off his shoes. Speak in a low, soft, soothing, and pleasant voice. Allow him to relax, unwind. I mean, that would be cool if she did it, but like if she didn't do it, all that, it wouldn't bother me. Really.
But see, like, this is advice from a woman, from women to other women. This, I mean, us, we don't need all that. But you know what? Those women knew what needed to do to work.
These just seem
worked.
very thoughtful.
Yeah, that
these are
worked.
like-
We like thoughtful things.
Women
extra
nowadays
criticism.
are gonna do most of these things for you guys, just so you guys
This
know.
was at the time though. This is like a stay-at-home woman. She has the time to do these things. So
Well, nowadays, women for a long time, I want to be boss. Well, now it's reverting back. Now they're at, I've seen videos like, who messed it up for us? What woman messed it up for
I've
us?
seen those videos,
So
yeah.
you're gonna see all type of clashing here and there. But you know what, guys? I appreciate you guys hanging out with me today at the OPP. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I'm grateful for you guys. I can tell you guys been raised in a good home, good parenting. You know what I'm talking about? God bless your parents. You know what I'm saying? You see them, tell them I said what's up. And from the OPP, we just want to say, stay safe, stay smooth. We out. Peace.